to walk around.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was cool though. So, you were telling me that The Gentleman is the best movie you've seen all year.
Oh yeah, it's one of the best movies I've actually ever seen. I was like really surprised by how good it was. Because I didn't really think it was going to be like
there's no movie
that special.
There's no movie that Forrest could have enjoyed more.
Yeah, it was cool. Like it reminded me of like a movie that I would have liked when I was like 15. You know, so it really took me back.
Yeah.
To like the kind of like the I don't know, like just like growing up, you know, being a total edgelord, thinking
things
were cool, you know.
What's so edgelord about it?
And then you grow up and you realize, oh, maybe that wasn't so cool. Like the Boondock Saints, like that movie like does not hold up, you know. But when you're 15, you're like, damn, like they really boondocked like that area.
What was so edgelord about it?
This movie?
Yeah.
Well, there's like cringe lines, you know. There's like parts in the movie where it's like, what does Matthew McConaughey say? He goes like, the law of the jungle, when the lion's hungry, he eats, and shit like that. And you know people are making like TikTok compilations of like him saying that and like shots of the characters. But like that's with like trap music behind it.
But like that specific,
and it's supposed to be cool.
That specific line.
I know that specific line was a flashback. I knew you were going to say this.
Was a bait,
but it doesn't matter because people don't care about that. It's the moment that people are going to latch onto. That's the thing. Like it doesn't matter, Mason. That's the other thing. The movie had no like moral like compass or message.
That's so funny.
Like it was completely devoid of any sort of criticism on like the main characters. I read a review of the film on IMDb.
Yeah.
And
so you're already starting out.
It was a 10-star review.
You're already doing really really well.
And the title of the review is, I love when the good guys win in the end. And it's like that's the kind of people who like this movie. They're like cheering on these like criminals, and they're like, it's the kind of people who watch Breaking Bad and they're like, Walt did nothing wrong. You know, it's just like, and then they make compilations on TikTok of Walt being like a badass or whatever.
Why does TikTok have anything to do with this movie? I don't understand.
Because it's like you gotta be careful about the type of like cringe lords you're gonna create with the movie. You don't
see the shit like cringe lord shit about The Gentleman anywhere. What are you talking about?
No, you do. Like if you look it up, like people are.
If you look it up,
yeah, they're like.
But you don't see it like in your normal life.
I think Guy Ritchie, the director, I think he was making it. I think he's a cringe lord. Like I think he was making it like, oh, these guys are cool, because he was kind of showing them off like in a cool light. And there was never any point in the movie where it's like, hey, maybe we shouldn't be doing this, or maybe these guys aren't such a good guys, or here's some cracks in the facade. You know, no, it was just like these guys are like cool criminals, and hopefully they win in the end, and then they do. It was very straightforward. It wasn't like a Quentin Tarantino movie where it's like it's a crime movie, but there's like layers to the characters. It was very surface level. Did you feel that way, or did you feel like there was more of like a intellectual kind of insight into the characters and stuff? Maybe I missed something.
I don't know. I mean, I think that just right off the top, like it's like a movie that's like fun. It's not like something that is like necessarily has to communicate some kind of like deep, philosophical like lesson as I'm like watching it.
It's not like it has to
it doesn't have to
lesson necessarily,
tell
but
me it doesn't have to like,
it can be fun.
It doesn't have to like tell me what is good and bad. Like I can bring like my opinion of that like myself. But
in order for a movie to be fun, don't you feel like you have to like the main characters and feel like on their side to a certain extent? Like Django is a fun movie. There's lots of like deplorable characters like in that movie, and there's also like kind of more morally gray characters, and then there's like there's more like the good guys like Django and his wife and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't really feel there's
like layers.
I didn't really feel like it was like a movie like about like a specific character, because like if you look at the runtime for everybody in the movie, like Matthew McConaughey is in it like very little.
I know, he was not in it very much, and he's supposed to be like the main character, or like that's kind of how it's on the poster and stuff. He's like always front and center. They kind of advertise it as if he's the main character.
It's just like kind of like an ensemble cast, like in just like a story.
Too many characters,
and just like a story.
It was like all over the place with the characters. Like they could have combined like 3 of the main white guys into like one guy.
The only good guy is like Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell. He's the
coach.
The coach.
Yeah, he's like the only good guy in the whole movie.
Is he good? Isn't he like a gangster too?
No, what?
He
he runs the gym where he takes in
runs
rough and tumble boys. But his boys are fucking stupid and they knock over Mickey's thing, and immediately he's like, "What are you doing? Like, you're not supposed to be doing this."
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, and then
he
like,
didn't really want to get involved in the gangster stuff.
And then he has to,
much.
but and then he has, as restitution, he has to pay back Mickey for what his boys
did.
Yeah, what his boys
right,
did.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So he's like the only good guy.
Yeah. He was
in the movie.
Enjoyable enough, I guess.
And he he does cast like an air of like, yeah, what you guys are doing, like, I don't want to be involved with it. It's not good. So, and like, it's just his boys are like, fucking, dum-dums.
Yeah, everyone was so dumb in this movie. It was like a movie full of dumb people. What else is there? I took some notes, so I've got some.
These are sure to be enlivening.
We can really crack on. Did you take any notes?
No.
How come you never take notes?
I didn't take notes.
You always give me shit for not watching the movies or whatever, but then you don't take notes.
But if you watch I feel like if you actually watch the movie, then you need notes.
I watched it and I took notes. Okay, here we'll start with this first one. Hugh Grant is absolutely disgusting in the movie.
Yeah, he's a slimy sleazeball.
What did you think of his character?
He's a tabloid photographer.
He's like a private investigator.
He's a private investigator for a tabloid.
Yeah, it's like
he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be really nasty.
Like really clever. Like the way it was written was like supposed to be funny, but I just kind of kept getting grossed out. Like he's like, oh yeah, I don't know. Every time I think about his character, I'm just like, it makes my stomach turn.
Why? Why are you having such this like visceral reaction?
Because he was making all these like sexual like innuendos. Like,
yeah, he's nasty.
Like
he's gross.
Yeah, and it's like, but he's like kind of like narrating the entire movie. The whole movie is like set in a flashback, which usually I kind of like that framing device, or I think that's kind of cool. It's like this noir device where it's like everything's being told in the movie as like a story.
Yeah, well, most of the movie is.
Most of the movie
is, yeah.
But I really didn't like it in this movie, the way it was done, because it kept cutting back to him, and it kept like, he just kept saying like shit that didn't like add to the plot, or like, it's like, okay, we get it. He's like a disgusting tabloid photographer, and he's like trying to blackmail this guy or whatever. But like, why do we need to keep cutting back to him? And
it had to establish the whole back and forth between them, because really it's the other guy who's getting info out of him.
Right. Yeah. And and it's like, yeah, there's this whole setup at the beginning where it's like, oh, Matthew McConaughey gets shot in the beginning, and it's like, obviously like that's not gonna happen. Like they have a guy come up behind Matthew and point a silenced pistol, and then we cut to like a picture on the wall, and there's like a blood spray or something.
Yeah.
And it's like oh, he got shot. But it's like, if you've seen any other movies, like it's a bait and switch. Like the guy who has the gun is the one who got shot. We're gonna reveal that later. It was so predictable. I'm like, really? Like that's your big switcheroo moment? Like, I guess for like if you're like dumb and you're watching the movie.
I don't think that was the big switcheroo.
That was like one of the big switcheroos.
One of the big switcheroos
like,
that was?
Like they set that up at the beginning.
It's a like, setup, but it's not a big switcheroo.
He's going to be killed by the end, and then it's like revealed like later that he wasn't killed, and it's like, I've seen that about 1.5 million times.
You're so funny.
So Hugh Grant was terrible, so and I saw a lot of people like.
I thought he did a good job with the role. He was supposed to be disgusting.
He's supposed to be disgusting.
He was.
Yeah, he was gross.
So how is that? He wasn't terrible. You just didn't like it. You just didn't like his character.
I didn't like his character. I mean,
he did a good job though.
He
was supposed to be he's supposed to be nasty.
He's like nasty.
He was nasty.
I guess the movie's supposed to be like a comedy, right?
Yeah,
it's like an action.
It's mostly
comedy
it's like an action comedy. Yeah, it's super. I think it's like really ridiculous. I think it's really funny.
You thought it was funny?
In some ways, yeah. Like
I laughed one
like
time.
how those it's not like a ha funny. It's like it's like this is no. It's like, oh, that's like a funny premise. Like when they fucking like break into his grow and like make a rap video, like a music video of the break-in and of their fights. I thought that was great. I really liked that. That part was like awesome.
What was awesome about it?
it's just like funny. Like these numbskulls are like, they beat the shit out of these dudes, like took all this bush, and then like they're posting online as a music video. It's just so goofy. It's a subversion of expectations.
Yeah, I wish I had liked it. I really did. Because like I started watching the Gentleman TV show that just came out recently on Netflix, and that's much better. I actually really am enjoying that one.
Sure.
It's kind of a slow burn, but I've watched like 3 episodes of that, and they're all like an hour long.
Yeah.
And I just really like the characters and like the plot. Have you seen it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, did you watch the whole thing?
Not yet. I'm on like episode 7 or something.
Oh wow. Yeah. What did you think about it in comparison to this one?
Yeah, I mean, some things I liked about the movie are in it. Some things are not. I think that as far as the TV show goes, it's because they set the premise up in the movie of like the relationship that the guy in the show like falls into.
Sure, yeah.
Right. And it's like but he subverts kind of the expected, what is set up in the movie, because he's not just like, oh sure, like give me the money, like
yeah,
he like he's got like a backbone, he's got like a spine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like Theo James's character.
He's got something going on with him. So I don't know. I think the movie's like fun. It's not like a super serious movie. It's like, okay, it's pretty quick too. It's pretty short.
Really? It felt like forever. I broke it up into like 4 different parts though, so maybe that's like on me.
You're wild.
I felt like it took forever, and I rented it. I had a 48-hour window, and I just narrowly made it. Like I was like watching it like at the gym, like working out, like the last 30 minutes, because like I knew it was going to expire, but I did not want to rent it again.
Right.
And I like came in just in the nick of time.
Yeah.
And,
well,
it definitely kind of like ramped up towards the end where I was starting to enjoy it more. Maybe it was all like the endorphins, of the workout.
There's characters that I really liked. I liked Bunny. He was a good character.
Who's Bunny?
He's like the big, like black guy, like enforcer. Didn't
he have like 2 lines?
Yeah.
In the whole movie?
I liked him though. It's like I like that scene where it's like they go to the junkie's apartment.
Yeah.
And he's like he's like, Bunny do you puff anymore? No, I'm off the bush. I just work out. It's like, yeah, he doesn't even puff. He's like, how many plates? How much you lifting? 4 plates a side. I don't know. It's just like his character was like so funny.
Why is that funny though?
It's funny to me for some reason.
What's
like,
funny about that?
It's not like ha funny. It's like, it's just like this like casual.
It's like nothing dialogue.
It's like casual back and forth. I
It's
thought
like,
it was good.
It's like
I thought it was good.
They were trying to go for like a Quentin Tarantino kind of thing.
Why do you keep saying this?
Quentin Tarantino? Just like,
it's nothing like any of his movies.
Exactly. I wish it was more like it.
But then why are you comparing it?
Because it's like trying.
It's not
to be,
a Quentin Tarantino movie.
It's trying to be like quirky. It's trying to be like a fun, quirky crime caper.
Crime caper?
And
but there's no crime.
They were doing things where they were like,
there's no crime
characters would say things, and then they would write them up on the screen.
It does it in the show too.
Yeah, and it's like, you don't need to do that.
It does it. I think in the show it's better.
It's really unnecessary because they'll explain something very clearly in the dialogue, and then it'll write it itself on screen.
I like
yellow
that.
fonts.
I think it's funny.
And then it's just like that's exactly what the character said.
It's just like an eclectic.
It doesn't
thing that the movie.
It doesn't add any.
Doing.
It's like trying to add a little pizzazz, a little style.
Yeah, it's stylistic for sure.
It's not like interesting, like there's nothing fun about that for me. It just seems like try hard. Like they're trying hard to be stylistic and quirky, and
sure.
It just comes across as a little bit desperate.
As desperate.
Yeah, just cut that out.
But you're the one watching the movie.
I had to watch it. I was forced to watch it
You were forced. But you're watching the show on your own.
Yeah, I was like, is the show any better? And thankfully it is.
But it's not.
About the show, I think could be improved.
If it's desperate, like you're watching it, like it's not.
I know, but I'm not liking it as much as I want to. Just because I'm watching it doesn't mean that
desperate is an interesting way to describe it.
Yeah, like they got my money, they got my $4, but do they have my approval? No.
Right.
Absolutely not. Let's see. Made me hate British people. Yeah, like before this movie, I was like, thought I liked British people, and then after this movie, I'm not so sure anymore.
Huh? Why?
Just like the way they talk is just so fucking annoying. I think because I watched it with my like headphones on.
But that's like the same.
So
it's
it
like
was
the same
pumping
in the show, though.
It was pumping it directly into my ears, like into my brain, and I could hear like every like guttural click of their like the way they pronounce stuff.
That's like this. That's like the same as the show, though.
In the show, it's much more bearable. The accents aren't as exaggerated. I think they were trying to like really like exaggerate the characters.
Well, I think it's also just not as fast paced in terms of the editing.
Yeah, it's the editing is much more like chill and like laid back. It's not so. Yeah,
it's
like
not. Well, it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not Fletcher's screenplay.
Right. Yeah.
Because like the whole thing is like in the frame of like the screenplay that he's like.
What's up with the screenplay too? Like, why did he write an entire screenplay?
That's so funny. That's so funny to me.
Because he's trying to sell it to Miramax.
Like what? I don't know. Like,
it doesn't make any sense.
I think that shit is so funny though. It's like he watched all this shit happen, got all this dirt, and like he wrote a screenplay, and he's like trying to like use that as like part of like the package to give to them.
Yeah.
Like why? Like that's so.
It's like not. I like that. I like a good like screenplay.
I like
a good
story. I like that.
It's like a drug dealer.
I like that moment. Like I like how
like
it keeps
just
being
like
bringing up.
Has to kill some people and then he wins in the end. And it's like that's not a good story. That's not a good screenplay.
It's not a crime caper.
It is a crime caper. It's a crime film.
It's a movie. It's a movie about criminals. It's not. It's not like about one crime though. Like what specific crime?
It's about.
It's a movie about
Matthew
criminals.
McConaughey. You know, he can't. It's not enough to what is it? It's not enough to act like a king. You gotta be the king.
You gotta be the king.
Yeah.
Right.
He kept saying shit like that. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah.
It's like so cringe.
But like in the context of like a screenplay that
what does that even mean?
That's written by this bozo. It does make sense though.
I was hoping he would be in the movie more, and he kind of every scene he's in, he kind of just mumbles. It's not enough to be the king. You gotta be the king.
I liked his performance. I thought it was pretty good.
It was just like. He just kind of seems sleepy.
He
like,
doesn't. He's not mumbling.
Filming?
He's not mumbling when he puts what's his face in the fucking freezer. Tells him he needs a pound of flesh.
I've seen that before.
His wife.
I've seen shit like this before. That's the thing.
What does it have to do with this movie?
What
does it have to do with this movie?
Fucking
I don't get it.
Jeremy Strong plays this like effeminate Jew, which I found pretty offensive on personally. I was like, this is like a stereotype. I don't like this. Like this is like like the movie was kind of racist in a lot of ways. It's like Matthew McConaughey is like and Colin Farrell and Charlotte Hunnam. They're all these like white men, and they're kind of just sticking it to like all the other races throughout the whole movie.
Huh?
And I'm just like, this is fucked up.
Which other ones?
Like this just seems like a movie that like white power people would like be into, kind of.
What?
Like the Asian people, like they kept calling them Chinamen, you know, and like they and then like like they like put the Jew in the freezer at the end, and I'm just kind of like, it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Oh, because he was a Jew, they did. Because he was a Jew, they did.
He's just kind of like this like.
Oh, I see. That because they were Chinamen. Because they were Chinamen.
Just felt off.
Because they were Chinamen. They were, the things that transpired between them happened, not because of the actions that those people took.
It was just
him going in the freezer had nothing to do with him being a Jew.
Felt like a white power kind of movie. You know, like people with Nazi tattoos would probably watch this movie and be like, yeah.
Interesting.
Like the white people win in the end. Like there's no kind of like none of the good guys like die, or like there's no like kind of moral hurdle they have to go over. There's no like character progression throughout the entire script. The characters are the same as they always were from A to B. It's really strange. Like it's kind of this movie where like brain dead morons would watch it and be like, this is like a really good movie, kind of.
So interesting.
Yeah, like I was kind of dumbfounded about watching it. I was like, that's really it? Like that's the whole movie?
Yeah.
But yeah, when the lion's hungry, he eats. Cringe. Good movie if you're 15. Yeah, Walter White did nothing wrong. Yeah, we kind of went through this. Dude bro movie. Yeah, it's a dude bro movie. Like people in like a college would watch this together, like in a fraternity house, and be like, "Fuck yeah!" and they get like drink and stuff and take shots during the film.
Okay. Yeah.
I love it when the good guys win. Yeah, slightly racist. We can kind of cover all these points. Film had no moral compass or message. Matthew looked really tired the whole movie. Didn't do anything. Yeah. Jeremy Strong is an effeminate Jew. Found that to be slightly offensive as well. Too many characters. unnecessary flashy visual gimmicks. Yeah, that pretty much covers it.
Yeah.
In terms of positives, it was shot competently. Like everything was in focus for the most part. The colors weren't obnoxious. They weren't particularly good, but I could see everything clearly. And
when you were watching it,
well, I watched it. I didn't.
You said you were working out.
For the last 30 minutes, I was.
So you didn't watch it?
But no, I was doing the row machine. So I was watching the movie. I was doing this. I wasn't just like fucking.
I literally never believed that you watched this movie. Just so you know, that you've burned me once. Shame on you. Burned me 273 times. Shame on me.
No, I watched it.
Shame on me.
I like I was dialed in and
okay.
Yeah, I wanted to enjoy it more than I did. They had a good soundtrack. Like there was some good music in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie Hunnam's character, like, I guess was the most likable for me. I just like him as an actor, and he just kind of like he's fun, but his character didn't really do anything or like have anything interesting about him. None of the characters really did. Yeah, it was a weird movie. It kind of just rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, I can tell.
I don't really know if I don't really know if I have like much else to say about it. I kind of went through all the beats, but I don't know. Like, what do you want? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fun. I don't know. It's not like a movie where it's like I'm watching it and it's like, oh man, this is like high cinema. But like,
Sure.
I think the beats of the story, in the context of the movie, I think, the cringe parts of it like work because it's in the context of Fletcher telling it as like having written it as a screenplay.
Sure.
The majority of it.
Yeah, the part where he there's the fake out murder like Matthew McConaughey didn't actually do. That part was written to be like, a silly moment, like a cheeky moment from Fletcher, right? But like the other part where he keeps talking about how he's like the lion or he's like the king.
No,
or
but
whatever.
but those are not parts that take place.
Were those also in the screenplay?
Like,
because didn't he say that at the end after Fletcher had already been apprehended?
At the end of the movie, that one time.
Yeah, no, the voiceover closing narration, he repeats the line about the king and how it's not enough.
Yeah, but like, is that also part of the screenplay or not? I guess that's a question.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I kind of just felt like that wasn't part of the screenplay.
So like, if there's not, the thing is, if the rest of them are, like, how does Fletcher know that Matthew McConaughey talks like this?
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
So,
yeah. I feel like it might have been part of the screenplay. It might not have been. That wasn't incredibly clear.
Yeah, but
his wife. It's like there's like one chick in the movie, his wife, and then like, and she's like also just a nothing character. Like she's kind of like no nonsense. Like she's like a little bit tough, but then like she doesn't ever do anything.
Yeah, like the characters like don't really. I don't know.
Suck. They all
There's like a bunch of characters. They don't really need to have like a whole lot going on. Like we don't need to like. I don't know. I think that in the context of the story of like, because the story is Fletcher's there. He's blackmailing them. He wrote the screenplay. Like, here's the screenplay that he wrote. Like, it's really ridiculous. Like, it's totally goofy. Some of the things happened. Some of the things didn't. The way people are portrayed is like, not, does not really have to do anything with like, a lot of the way people are portrayed does not have anything to do with
how long is
how they actually would be.
It felt really long.
I think it's like an hour 40.
I'm gonna look it up. An hour 40
or an hour 50.
Let's see. I'm gonna look up
I think that's including credits.
Inglourious Bastards runtime.
Why do you keep going? What is this like? You keep going back to Quentin. Thing.
So Inglourious Bastards is 153 minutes, and then we have
that's including credits.
Yeah, and then we have what's this movie called? The Kingsman.
The Gentleman.
The Gentleman. This movie was 113 minutes, so about 40 minutes shorter than Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah.
And so if they had made the movie 40 minutes longer and written it like way better, it could have been like on the level of Inglourious Bastards. You know what I'm saying?
If it was a completely different movie.
Yeah, if it was like a different movie.
Yeah. That was written like how you would like it.
Yeah, like there's definitely like like a way for this movie to be good, right? Like they got like
I think it was good. Is the thing.
They had.
I think for what it was,
not as good as Inglourious Bastards.
Why does it have to be Inglourious Bastards? It does. Why does it have to be anything related to anything Quentin Tarantino?
Because Inglourious Bastards,
the answer is that it doesn't.
Listen, if I'm gonna watch a movie, I'm sitting down to watch a movie. Am I gonna watch Inglourious Bastards, or I'm gonna watch the fucking All the King's Men, or whatever this is called?
I've seen Inglourious Bastards many times. I want a different flavor.
At any point in my life, if you ask me, do you want to watch The Gentleman Forest or do you want to watch Inglourious Bastards? I'm always 100% going to say
when you haven't even seen The Gentleman.
No, now that I've seen them both.
That's what I'm saying though. Like that's why new movies, you go and see a new movie.
I know, but
to get a different experience.
I watched the movie and I'm like, I wish I had just watched Inglourious Bastards. I wasted my time watching this when I could have been watching Inglourious Bastards or Jackie Brown or Reservoir Dogs or any other Quentin Tarantino film.
Why do you keep bringing up Quentin?
Because like this movie was trying to be like a quirky crime caper.
What? Oh, good Lord.
A QCC. And that's
Quentin's bread and butter. It's also 40 minutes shorter.
Yeah, it is shorter, but like not as good. So it's like I'd rather spend the extra 40 minutes. I'll just turn off.
It's not as heavy though.
Even if you turned off,
it's not as heavy. It's not like
Bastards, like 40 minutes shy of the end.
The Gentleman,
it would still be a better film.
It's not like a heavy movie though. It's like a fun romp. Like it's not like it's not like it has to be this like whole like thing.
There's like an attempted rape in the movie
that you're trying to do
out of nowhere. It was like it was like a real Zack Snyder moment.
That was not good.
It was like just throwing
dry eye shouldn't have been doing that.
Thrown in like a little rape. Yeah, because I kind of liked Dry Eye a little bit.
What?
Like I was like, oh, this guy's like he's like a go-getter. You know,
you are like, and then you have something wrong with you.
And then he went and got it too.
No, yeah, he was a go-getter, that's for sure.
Yeah, like I was like, oh, I didn't realize he was like a rapist.
He went to go get it.
Yeah,
and you were rooting for this guy.
I wasn't rooting for him. Okay. I was just kind of like, you know, he's like the young blood up and coming, you know. Not Nacho Varga character, you know, of the film.
Nacho Varga? You're comparing him to Nacho?
Well, that's kind of
you got a couple screws loose.
That's kind of what I thought until he started raping, and I was like, oh, never mind. Fuck this guy. Gross.
Yeah, well.
Like, the thing is, it doesn't.
It's a fun romp. Like
the
thing is, the movie's not like super heavy. Like and it has like a momentum. Like Inglourious Bastards is like, there's fucking Nazis.
You don't think Inglourious Bastards has momentum?
No, it does. It does. Okay. But for me, it kind of stalls in a couple places. And
Inglourious Bastards?
Yes. All of Quentin's movies fucking stall for me in a couple places.
And the Gentleman doesn't stall for you?
It keeps going. It has a quick thing, and
it's
over. It's over like that. I'm not saying The Gentleman is like in the same league as Quentin's movies.
It's not even close.
But like, I have no need to compare it personally. You know, like
it's a QCC.
Like here's the thing. If you want to just like watch Quentin's movies, like we can just do. I'll watch a movie. You can watch a Quentin movie. Not waste your time, right? Not waste your time, because no movie you see you like. Hardly.
It was the worst movie I've ever seen.
Every movie is the worst movie I've ever seen, because it's the most recent movie that you feel like you've wasted your time on. You know, which is fine.
It wasn't as bad as what was the last worst movie I ever saw? Sneaky Boys. Yeah, that was terrible.
Sneaky Boys.
The Sneakers movie.
Oh yeah, Sneakers.
Yeah, that was way worse than this. Way worse. I'm gonna be real, but it was definitely like that was also QCC. If you think about it. A quirky crime caper. Sneakers with
What is this?
What's that guy's name? Austin Roberts?
Robert Redford.
Robert Redford? Yeah. He's terrible. We should never watch a movie with him ever. That was you guys. I don't know if you guys saw our podcast on that one, because that's I think our least viewed podcast ever. Is that episode where we covered Sneakers?
But wait, you didn't even watch Sneakers.
I did. I rented it.
You didn't watch it.
We went over this.
Just because you
listen to the podcast,
you paid the money to rent it does not mean that you watched it. You didn't
I
even
tried
realize
to watch it.
You did not even realize one of the characters was blind.
I almost went blind, straining my eyes trying to watch the movie. It was so dark.
But you didn't watch it.
It was like I had my brightness all the way up.
You are
and it was
wild,
shot. It was shot in the 90s, and it was like the whole movie was underexposed. It looked terrible. It was a terrible looking, terrible sounding cacophony of terribleness.
I don't know. I appreciate a lot of stuff about The Gentleman. Yeah, like the characters.
At least with The Gentleman, it was bright. I could see what was happening on screen.
The characters as they're.
It wasn't shot in the 90s.
The characters as they're shown are very one-dimensional. like there's not a whole lot to them. It's like they're painted like as through the lens of some like tabloid photographer.
You know what I want? I want
who wrote a screenplay about what they're doing.
Gentleman chess set with Matthew McConaughey as the king, and then
who's the king on the other side?
On the other side, it's like that. I guess it's the Jeremy Strong's character. You know, he's like, I guess, like the other big bad in the movie.
So you're some kind of like.
And then he's got his Mossad crabs you're next to him as like the rooks.
You're some kind of like do-gooder now. You don't like you don't like when people are portrayed in movies in certain ways.
What do you mean?
Well, yeah. Well, you're saying you were racially offended
by Jeremy Strong.
Just like the Chinese people being referred to.
Well, Jeremy Strong
being apparently a Jew.
He's a Jew, and he's like super like gay. And it's like, not all Jewish people are gay. Like, get it through your head, Guy Ritchie. Like,
what?
Just because he's a Jew doesn't mean he has to go around.
Why are you saying that? That is
because he's going around like he goes.
But why does that matter that he's a Jew? I don't get it.
I'm going to buy your business, Matthew. You know, he's doing this whole thing.
Why does it matter?
And he's got this like jaunty like little stroll.
Yeah, he's got
this little hat.
He's a fun little businessman.
He's like a fun little businnesman, Matthew, and I'm gonna buy your business. And it's like, ew. Get this. Like, what is this character?
You just don't like that. Here's the thing.
Get this out of here.
Here's the thing. You don't like that he was Jewish, but what you really don't like is that he was.
No,
gay.
I don't mind that he was Jewish.
No, what you really don't like is that he was gay.
He can't help that. He can't help that he's a Jew.
So they should have cast somebody else.
Jeremy Strong's a good actor.
I thought he did a good job.
He should have just been like how he was on Succession.
I like the character.
He's got like a nice deep voice on Succession.
But why? Like, so you just no. Here's the thing. You don't like that he was gay. That's what it is.
No, I like gay people.
You keep bringing up the fact that he was effeminate as like a negative. Though.
I know, but like I know Jeremy Strong's not like that in real life.
What?
He was doing like a character.
So why is? So when an actor's doing a thing that's not who they are in real life.
Yeah.
That's objectionable.
That's dumb.
Forrest.
That's so stupid. Just like be yourself, bro.
What? What, bro? You're not okay. Obviously.
I was like, really Jeremy Strong's in this movie. Like he was good in Succession.
I liked him. I liked him in Succession.
Excited to see what he does in this movie.
I liked him in Succession. I liked him in this movie.
He's super dumb. And like in this movie, like.
Wait, why is he dumb?
Because he's walking around like Matthew. I'm going to buy your. I don't even know what like an iconic line.
But he's not gay. He has a wife.
I know, it's so fucking weird. It's like he's just like who is this guy? If he's not gay, then what is this whole like persona that he has?
Weird. He's just a fucking weirdo.
He's just a fucking. So you're saying gay people are weirdos?
No, he's not gay.
See, it's confusing. It doesn't make any sense.
No. Hold on.
The character makes no sense.
Let's back up here. You're the only one saying that he's gay.
He is gay.
No, he's not.
Movie, but he has a wife.
No, he's not.
No, he walks around as a stereo. He's doing like a stereotypical gay man.
You think that's stereotypical gay man?
He talks in a.
He's just like a weird. He's just like a weirdo. Like he's not doing like a stereotypical gay man. He's not like. Was he like hitting on Matthew McConaughey?
Kind of was.
What
if you think about it?
Was he though?
Like he was.
Was he like?
He's trying to seduce him, but not like in a sexual way, and like to try. He's trying to buy his business.
Bro. You're reaching. You're reaching. Are your arms tired? Are your arms tired? Yeah.
It's almost in my grasp.
Yeah. It's fun, and like I like the setup of like it's this shit screenplay by Fletcher, and like the characters are caricatures,
If they had just taken out Fletcher from the story, or like
you just like really did not like.
It made me want to hurl every time he was on screen.
You didn't like how they were. Here's the thing: you're like, I hate British people, and then you're talking about how it's like racist, which is like that's.
British people aren't a race.
That's another level.
It's an ethnicity. It's a country.
It's an ethnicity.
British people is not an ethnicity.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, British people are white. White is an ethnicity. British people, that's not a race.
What?
Look it up.
They're not.
They're white. They're a bunch of fucking.
So it's not racist, but it's like culturist.
It's
because it is a culture at the very least.
It's
at the very least it's a culture.
It's a what's the word for when you're racist against people who are from a country?
It's bigoted. It's discriminatory.
The thing is, if they don't want it to be, if they want me to like them, they got to act better.
What?
The thing is, like they have to be more likable.
I
liked British people before this movie.
Okay.
And then I watched the movie and I'm like, wait, what was I thinking? Like this whole time. And I'm like thinking about other British people that I did like Benedict Cumberbatch, and like, okay, he's good. He's good.
Okay.
But like, yeah, I guess it's like the East End like accent, like the blah, 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 like that whole thing. I just couldn't.
I really liked all that.
I
really liked all that. I like the way,
wow,
I like the
this
language.
is really like,
I like the language in the
hard
movie.
on the ears.
I like the,
or
the,
Colin Farrell's character was like annoying, kind of like he was like the only like good guy, like you're saying, like he wasn't as into the crime stuff as the other guys, but like he was like, his name is Fahuk. It's like Fahuk with the PH, and it's like they're doing this whole thing with the Fahuk, and it's like it's not funny. Like that. Like I remember seeing that in the trailers when the movie was coming out. Like it was on like ads for like on TV. And
yeah.
And I watched a wrestling match with Noah. Like it was like a fight.
It was being advertised a lot.
And it was very heavily advertised during this fight.
Yeah.
And they kept playing that clip over and over. And like I guess you're supposed to just be like rolling over in laughter.
What? Why
during
do you
that moment.
Think that?
Because they're like that's the highlight of the movie that they're playing
what?
During like the they're trying to use this moment to get people into the theater.
You need to see somebody. Like you are saying that like any movie that is like seems like it could be funny in a movie, or like that it's like that they perceive as a funny moment, like because they're putting it in the trailer because you should be rolling on the floor laughing.
Like they're just making fun of some China guy's name.
When does that ever happen?
It's not cool.
In any trailer that you're laughing. When are you laughing at a trailer? When have you ever?
I laugh at trailers.
Really?
Yeah.
When? Example, please.
Like I don't know. Like what's a funny movie?
Bro, this is bait. This is clear bait, which is fine.
His name is Fahuk with the PH. It's like
it's Fahuk.
Go. All right, shut the Fahuk up. It's funny because his name's it's not our. It's funny because it's not funny.
He just didn't know how to pronounce it. He's like a
shut the Fahuk up. Some people from Asia, like their names in our language sound like curse words. Like that's not funny. I guess it's funny if you're like a white supremacist. I don't know. I was baffled.
You're really taking it to the next level with this movie. No, I mean, I'm glad that you had such an experience.
No, because I was reading about on Wikipedia, and like, I wasn't the only one who thought it was racist. Like there's a whole article on Wikipedia about the racism in the film.
Other people thought it was racist.
Other people thought it was racist, so I'm not like alone.
That makes it so.
Reception, critical response, lawsuit. There's a lawsuit.
What about?
For 3 years after the film's release, Ritchie was sued by the actor Mickey D'Hara, who played Turbo in Ritchie's prior film Rock and Rolla, for copying the cast of characters, their characterization, and unique aspects of the plot from a screenplay D'Hara had offered Ritchie as a sequel to Rock and Rolla. D'Hara claimed that when he had tried to address the issue out of court, Ritchie responded, "Mickey, I and my people have tried to contact you for some years now. There was no response. I'm happy for us to sit down and have a chat." D'Hara claimed that the most blatant instance of copying was a scene involving the character Coach and the toddlers the gang he leads, which was an almost exact match to a scene from D'Hara's screenplay with the character Coach leading a group of thugs nicknamed the Baby Squad. Okay, sounds like Ritchie's a hack. Ritchie filed his defense to the London High Court, denying the allegations. Ritchie confirmed that discussions took place regarding a potential Rock and Rolla sequel. I've never seen Rock and Rolla.
I've never seen it either.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess that never went anywhere. The movie was also criticized for racism. Writing for The Guardian, Simran Hans writes, "By Ritchie's logic, white weed kingpins are entrepreneurs with the moral high ground. Asian heroin pushers are the killers of the world." Gary M. Kramer, writing for Salon, said, "Ritchie thinks casual racism is funny, and the film's Asian characters are all called the derogatory C word, Chinamen. Most everyone else on screen is called the other, equally taboo C word, which is meant to be cheeky, but it is not. It is offensive, cringe-inducing, rather than amusing, and one wonders when the juvenile Ritchie is ever going to grow the fuck up."
What's the other C word?
I think he means cunts. Is that as offensive as Chinaman?
Cunt is a wait. What did he say?
He said cunt. The other equally. He says equally taboo C word. I don't think it's equally taboo.
Interesting.
They're kind of different.
That's interesting.
They're kind of different vibes.
Yeah, I mean, it's like these are not good guys.
Depends on who you ask.
They're not good guys.
No, they're all they're all criminals.
It's not a caricature. It's not like a movie of like, oh, here's some good guys. It's like, oh yeah.
No, but it is though.
What?
It's totally that's my main problem with it is that it really is. There's never a condemnation throughout the entire film. The film never takes a stance on these characters other than displaying their exploits and saying, "Look at this." That's all the film does.
Why can't you draw your own conclusion? I don't understand.
You can you definitely can draw your own conclusion, of course.
Why does the movie have to like baby walk you to the fact that like
the movie should have a point of view?
Why does the movie have to like baby walk you to the fact that like they're not good guys?
I'm not saying it should baby walk you, but I think the movie shouldn't be so objective. You know,
objective.
The movie. I honestly feel like it wasn't objective. I feel like it was portraying these white weed kingpins in kind of a positive light. Like it was trying to make them a badass. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Ritchie, was trying to be more objective with the portrayal. But just the way it's edited, the way the music's mixed,
but they're doing like terrible things. Like and like the one, and the one guy who is like not in like and that gets pulled in, he's like, yeah, this is it, I'm out, like I don't want to be involved with this, like I don't go in for this shit. Like so it's weird that you have this like issue with it where it's like there is that voice in the movie, it's just like not what like the movie doesn't like end up with them in jail or something, or like
I mean
with them like saying like we're not gonna sell weed anymore. I
kind of like the angle like Matthew McConaughey was trying to get out. He's trying to like sell his business.
He was.
But then at the end he like didn't. Well,
the person that was trying to buy it
fucked him over.
Like fucked him over and tried to.
So then he's like, I guess I'm just gonna keep it forever, or I don't know. It's weird.
Well, he's not selling it then.
So in the Gentleman TV show, is Matthew still like leading that whole?
I think it's just a completely different outfit.
So he did end up selling it.
No, I don't think it's. I think it's a different outfit that is doing something similar to what he was doing.
No, because it's the exact same purple lighting and everything, and it's the exact same under the container on Royal's land or whatever.
Yeah,
it's the whole same scheme.
Yeah, I don't know. It seemed to me like it was the
exact same operation.
It's the same operation, but it seemed to me like it was different.
Under new management,
just a different organization.
What?
Yeah, I wonder though.
Yeah, I wonder too. I thought maybe Matthew was gonna have like a little surprise cameo, but so far, nothing like that has happened. Or maybe his wife or something would show up in the show, and they kind of connect it that way.
My kind of take was that it was just like a different organization doing things a similar ways to them.
But he is he owns the majority share of the market in England. He's like the main puff supplier. That's what they said.
Yeah, but they don't say that they're the main puff. They don't say that they are the main puff suppliers. They say they have a large share of the market.
Which the other characters mentioned that means they have a majority stake or higher.
Stake, huh?
Or they said like either half or majority. Like they say, when you say you have a large share of the market, I take that to mean you have a half or more of a stake, so, meaning that they are one of the, or probably the largest, which is what Matthew's organization was. Plus, Matthew had all the same exact, equipment and situation. Like it was visually, aesthetically the same exact setup with the purple lighting and the under the container, like clandestine. Situation.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he sold it to her dad. That's possible.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, because, what's that lady's name? Her name's, like, Glass or something?
Yeah, Susie Glass.
Susie Glass.
Yeah.
I thought her name was Susie Grass for a while, and then I was like, that's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Because she sells weed, but then it wasn't. Like, it's a moniker or something. But, no, I guess her name's actually just Glass. And then, yeah, she's saying she works for her dad, and then he owns it, I guess. And I'm only on episode 3, so I don't think I've met her dad yet. But yeah, not that I really wanted Matthew to like show up in the show, because like I said, I like the show better, and like Matthew wasn't really even very good in the movie, so I wasn't like, fiending for some Matthew or anything, but I don't know. I guess like a little more connectivity to the movie would have been somewhat interesting. I don't really
he's
care.
one of 13 mob bosses who operate their own marijuana rings.
13.
Yeah.
Matthew is?
No, her dad, Bobby Glass. Yeah. So, no, I think that
So they're all under Matthew?
I don't know if they're under Matthew. It's his own ring.
Listen, Matthew, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to have my Mossad crabs tear your head off and throw you back into the ocean where you belong. It's like cut. Hey, Jeremy Strong, can you like just do it do it normal?
No, I think
act normal.
I think that the reason it looks the same, like the underground thing.
I know you're having lots of fun with this role, like you're doing like a whole effeminate thing. But can you just drop that? Because your character is supposed to just be like, married. He's supposed to have a wife. He's not supposed to be gay. And he's like, but I think this would be fun for the character. It will make him quirky. And I'll talk like this. I got tired on Succession of always being normal. I'd like to talk a little... Because he's not British. But he's doing like a transatlantic like accent. Jeremy Strong. He's not British in the show. In the movie, yeah.
He's supposed to be American.
He's supposed to be American, like this American billionaire. So why does he talk like he's from the 1930s?
Why not?
So confusing.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean,
he's like,
because you want to make a good movie?
It's like his thing to like fit in with the posh crowd, I think.
Is that posh?
It's more posh.
I don't think I've ever met anyone...
It's more posh than American, than speaking just like normally.
The closest thing I can kind of connect it to would be like the stereotypical gay accent. But it's different than that. It's like because he's not gay, first off, but then also it's like it's almost like British, but it's not. It's like a transatlantic kind of accent. It's like almost like an accent out of its time. It's like someone is making up an accent like on the spot. That's what it felt like. Like Jeremy Strong didn't want to do his normal voice because he wants to like be a different wacky character, and he's like, how about I try this, Ritchie? And then Ritchie's like, yeah, like that, like that's like, let's go with that. But then it doesn't lend any credibility to the character because it just feels like forced and like put on. Like he didn't.
I didn't feel that way at all.
He didn't nail it.
I didn't feel that way at all.
Like it was like they're trying to craft like charisma.
Here's the thing.
It's forced charisma.
Here's the thing. As soon as Hugh Grant opened his mouth, you hated this movie. And so
he was so gross. He was so slimy.
That
dude.
Cast but that's like that speaks to the movie.
Like
being,
curl up in a ball and like cover myself with a blanket.
Being so slimy, like the character being so slimy, speaks to a quality in the film. Like, but you that really put you off. You didn't like that. And then there's all this like the script he's pitching is all this like cringy stuff. So like that puts you even more in a bad spot. And then like the thing is, anything after that, it was like automatically like you're it's gonna be like dumped on. You're gonna dump on it. So like the thing is, I didn't think his performance was bad at all. I liked his performance. He's like some eclectic.
Hugh Grant?
No, I liked Hugh Grant's performance. I thought it was good.
Are you talking about Jeremy Strong? Both. Yeah.
But yeah, and Jeremy Strong, I thought it was good. I thought, he's like an eclectic, rich guy, and his Mossad crabs. That's so funny. I like that too.
Yeah, that was a good bit.
And
then Matthew's like, we did what you do with crabs in a fish market. What did he say? He said something like that, implying that they killed them. That was good.
Yeah.
Like it kind of heated up towards the end. Like as I was,
I don't know why you don't like. I don't know why you didn't like Jeremy Strong's performance. I thought he was good. He was like, he was like a good. What he was doing was a good contrast for what Matthew McConaughey was doing, and I liked McConaughey's performance. I thought he was like, he showed up. On the day. Someone needs to like splash some water on his face, dude. Someone needs to like give him like a energy drink before the cameras start rolling. He's like tired of this shit. Like he's been in the business. Of like it's hard being at the top of all this stuff. Yeah. He's like done. It's hard being a king for so long. Like he's trying to get out. Like he's trying to sell his empire. Doing the Matthew impression is difficult because you don't want to go too far into Morgan Freeman and you don't want to go too far into Kevin Spacey, but it's in that realm, Yeah, it's tricky. Yeah, and in the show, I'm pretty sure it's just like a different drug empire doing things the same way that he's doing them. because I don't like it. Doesn't they don't say anything about them having bought the business?
Yeah,
they're established. And the thing is, there's like 1,000 of those.
1,000?
There's like 1,000 of those properties.
Wow.
Around is what was said in the movie.
1,000?
1,000 is what was said in the movie.
I thought they said 25.
No. Like, sorry, there's 1,000 properties like that, not that are being blown up, not that are like operations for weed. And there's 1,000 of those, right? So there's lots and lots of them. If you make the relationship with, the people who, but yeah, and I think it's just like a visual thing, that they look the same, like that they're doing for the show.
Is weed still like illegal in
the
England?
UK?
In the UK?
I'm pretty sure.
That sucks, man.
Pretty sure.
Why don't they go
I
with the times?
think Germany just got it. Germany just got legalized weed.
Wow.
Yeah,
they're just like putting money in the criminals' pockets with that shit for real.
Yeah, I mean, how else would Matthew McConaughey be able to afford all of his excesses? Here's the thing. He likes a pint and a Scotch egg. Ew. Nasty.
We should have bought cigars for this review.
Oh, nasty. I'm gonna listen to you.
And
Fucking. I'm gonna listen to you
tumbler.
literally go on and on about how you didn't like Jeremy Strong's performance while I'm also being fucking suffocated. Please, God, save me from that. Yeah.
Please save me from that, Matthew.
The thing is, like, you don't like movies that are like fun. Is kind of the thing. You want like a Quentin Tarantino. Like, put my dick.
Fun.
Put my dick in a blender.
My middle name is fun.
You want a Quentin Tarantino? Put my dick in a blender. Like
what?
Hey, man.
Quentin Tarantino movies are super fun.
What?
Everyone agrees.
They're fun. No,
yeah, they're
not
fun films.
I wouldn't say that they're fun films. They're really good. They're great.
Really good and fun.
They're really great, but I would not call most of them fun. Jackie Brown. That's
like his least fun movie.
That's not my idea of a fun movie. Django is fun.
Django's very
in
fun.
some ways, but it's really heavy.
Yeah, it's like
really
layered.
It's like really heavy.
It's like
a movie doesn't have
three cheese nacho
it's like,
layering.
I don't need, like, if I want a fun movie, like, I'm not really looking for a movie that is like a slavery movie or like a movie about like the Nazis.
That's why it's so crazy, because he subverts your expectations.
What do you mean?
No one else has made like a fun slavery movie. No one else has made a fun Nazi movie. Bro, that's why it's so crazy.
They're not fun for me. If those elements are like in it, they're really good. I enjoy them, but like I'm not thinking like
Bastards is hilarious.
Oh man,
it's so funny.
I'm not thinking like, oh man, like where's
all
a funny
his movies are funny.
No, I'm not saying they're not funny. I'm saying they're not fun. Like it's not. I'm not like thinking like, oh man, I really want to have some fun. Time to watch Inglourious Bastards.
The Gentleman
and
is not fun.
See some Jews get shot under the fucking under the floorboards of the house. Like, no thanks. Like,
but
what?
Other scenes
that's
that
not
are fun.
No, but like the movie, the tone, like the general.
You just want fun all the way through. You don't want any kind of other types of vibes throughout. Like, you want just like very consistent.
If I want a movie that's fun, then like I don't want it to be like. I mean, here's the thing. It doesn't have to be the same thing the entire time, but like really heavy topics, like the Nazi occupation of France, and the slavery in like America. Like it's not like if that's the underpinning of your movie, if that's like the what's creating like the tension, like the back, it's
that's
like
the setting.
That's a little bit too. That's kind of tense. It's kind of like,
right,
this is horrible.
I mean, tense can be fun.
It's kind of like, this is terrible. No, I'm not, bro. I'm not watching. I know, what's that fucking movie? It's like came out in like 2000 something, early 2000s. It was
Jojo Rabbit's a fun movie. It was like that takes place.
That movie's not fun.
Jojo Rabbit.
What?
You don't think Jojo Rabbit's a fun movie?
His mom is fucking hung.
I know it's
not fun.
It's a fun movie.
It's a good movie. No, it's not a fun movie. It's a good movie.
It's quirky.
No, it's a good movie. It's like, that movie's good. Like it has like a lot of different things going for it. Like this, like what I like about The Gentleman is it's kind of one note. It's like this is the note.
Fury is not a fun movie. Like Fury is an intense like tank battle like Nazi film.
Who's bringing
Jojo Rabbit is a fun movie.
Jojo Rabbit is.
It's got like whimsical moments, like lots of whimsical moments where like he's like we're seeing it from a child's perspective.
Right. Oh.
And
that makes it fun.
Quentin Tarantino. Well, yeah, because it's very it's very colorful.
Bro, chill, bro.
Like so is Inglourious Basterds. It's very colorful. You see, like a lot of war movies, particularly about World War II, very desaturated color palette. Some minor scenes of levity, sure, maybe here and there, but it's not like part of the experience to like have a jovial time.
You're not getting look. You can tell me that they celebrate Hitler's birthday. And there's confetti and streamers all over the place, in any of these movies, right? It's still not a fun movie for me, right? Like,
what is a fun movie for you besides The Gentleman?
I have to think about that. It's like the most. I haven't watched.
What's your favorite Guy Ritchie film?
I don't watch a lot of Guy Ritchie films.
Did you like the Sherlock Holmes movies? Those movies are fun.
They're okay. Oh, did he do Snatch? I kind of feel like I liked Snatch.
Snatch. I think he did. Let me look it up. Guy Ritchie.
I liked Snatch. It's been a while since I saw it, though.
When's he ever going to grow the fuck up, dude? Oh, yeah, he married Madonna. That's right.
Is he still married to Madonna?
No, they got divorced.
They got divorced.
Yeah, he just couldn't grow up. She had to leave him.
It's rare. It's rare that I find a movie that I'm like, oh yeah, this is just a fun movie.
Snatch, Swept Away, Revolver, Rock and Rolla, Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Did you see The Man from U.N.C.L.E.?
That movie was not very good.
I enjoyed that one. I like that one.
Are you okay?
I only saw it once.
Wait, it's not really.
It was kind of fun.
It's not very good. Get it. Go on.
All his movies are kind of like fun like this. King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. That was terrible.
That was not good.
That was really bad.
Uncle was really not. It was not good either. But maybe I would appreciate it now. I don't know. I was expecting something different. I think when I saw it. So what it was ended up not being what I expected. Maybe
it's like a quirky spy thriller. I remember.
I know. I have seen it. I have seen it.
Yeah, I saw it a while ago.
It wasn't great.
2015. That was like.
It wasn't great.
Nearly 10 years ago. Wow.
It wasn't great though.
Aladdin.
Aladdin was not good.
That's a hack job. The Gentleman. And then he's got like 17 other movies in production right now. The Wrath of Man, Operation Fortune, Guy Ritchie's The Covenant, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
The Covenant apparently was well received.
In the Gray and Fountain of Youth.
The Covenant was apparently pretty well received.
What's that about?
It's about like a soldier and his translator, and they have to get from like one place to another in like Afghanistan, like through the.
Doesn't sound very fun.
Yeah, I'm not saying that Guy Ritchie's my go-to fun movie director, but The Gentleman
action drama
specifically was a fun movie.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
And I think that it's
this
interesting.
Is probably pretty good.
It's interesting. You're wild, bro. It's
I love Jake Gyllenhaal.
It's interesting, like the progression, kind of, because the thing is, The Gentleman was fun, but like, it kind of like the reason it kind of like makes up for its faults for me is that like the specific context of like it's Fletcher like telling the story, and he's telling the story like from his perspective and like filling in the blanks with like all this goofy shit.
Is that like a kind of a cheat code to getting away with writing a bad movie? Is like have a character in your movie
it's not
be the writer of the movie?
In my opinion, it's not like
have that character be deplorable
it's
and
not
really
like
gross?
It's not like a bad movie. Like it's like a movie that's like
The
fun.
Gentleman or the script that he was writing.
The movie that I watched.
The script that he was writing, I don't think it was called The Gentleman. Right? It was called something else.
I don't know what it was called. It might have been called The Gentleman.
I think it showed the title and it was something
It might have
else.
been The Gentleman. I don't know, but the movie that I watched, it wasn't a bad movie. Like I thought,
The Gentleman.
I liked the dialogue between characters. I liked some of the surprises, like when that dude fell out the window.
That whole scene was so stupid.
And then they go to get the phones. I liked those kids like harassing the guy like while he was waiting by the car. That's a naughty kettle, bro.
Ugh. Gross.
That's just so funny to me. I don't know.
If you find British people like funny.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I was just kind of like off put by like the British vernacular. Yeah, it was like
I do find it funny. I really appreciate the British vernacular because it's like English plus. It's like
English minus.
No, it's English plus because like they have had so much time to like have fun with the language, like play around with the language, like that. It's like a real evolution of the English language. Like I much prefer the way that they use it to the way that it's used
all
in
the
America.
inbreeding.
It's so bro, you're really on one.
That's why you shouldn't keep all your people on one island.
I really prefer.
Gotta expand out. Gotta
UK English. Like I really prefer UK English. It's just so much more fun. Like, what are they even talking about? I don't know.
Yeah, it's almost like a different language.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's like having a different language. It's like not having to learn a different language, but it being there, to enjoy.
It was rough. If you enjoy like the sort of goofy British vernacular and you find that like fun and cute, then you'll probably enjoy this movie. You'll get a kick out of it for sure. I thought maybe Guy Ritchie like wasn't British, but he is. I looked it up. He's like from England, so
yeah, it's kind of like
it's more authentic that way. It kind of felt like a American making a British movie, like what he thinks an idea of a British person is. It was almost like stereotypical, but like he is British, so it was kind of
like a takedown
of British people.
Yeah,
I guess
like
so.
Of like how goofy and ridiculous.
Yeah, I guess.
He's allowed to do.
Right.
Yeah, you're really giving me like woke vibes today. This is
woke?
cool. This is cool. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you are.
No,
you are. 100% you are. You read about how people that like write for the Guardian said it was racist and stuff. Like this is good. I like.
No,
this.
I honestly
I like this. I like this trajectory.
I was feeling like racist vibes from the movie.
Yeah.
And then I was reading about it after I watched it, and I'm like, like I'm not like the only one.
I like this trajectory that you're on. It's cool. It's cool. No. Yeah, maybe we'll. Yeah.
Thanks.
I really like. It's pretty neat.
I'm always evolving. You never know with me.
Yeah.
One minute I'm a right-leaning sociopath. The next, I'm a left-leaning liberal nut. You never know what you're getting.
Yeah, you never know what you're getting.
That's what Matthew said. I respect Matthew because he goes, what did he say? In an interview, they asked him if he was like Democrat or Republican, and he's like, I'm a strong centrist. Or he said, I'm an aggressive centrist or something like that.
Yeah, God bless him.
Which is kind of an oxymoron. But I thought that was just the way he put it was super funny. And I fucked with that.
He's a funny man.
Yeah, he should have been more funny in this movie. Like if you're gonna have a fun movie, you got Matthew McConaughey right there. They didn't give him anything to do.
How they made him so ridiculous was funny to me though.
Yeah.
Like he was just so ridiculous.
He wasn't in it enough.
And I would have loved.
He was like the best part of the movie, probably.
Be,
but if they woke his ass, like give him a few slaps.
I would have loved for him to be in it more.
Matthew.
I like the rap song that they made. I like how they got an actual rapper to be. Bugsy Malone is like an actual rapper.
Yeah,
like a UK rapper. I liked his character. I like the guys that like were in like the fighting thing or whatever. Like I like their intros, like the chin, the iron chin or whatever. Like like when like in the music video, it's like it introduces each one of them. They call me Ernie, so the left hand's fast and the right hand's sturdy. That shit was so fucking funny to me. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, it was like I really liked it.
So funny.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was like that whole bit where like they make a music video out of like the insanely stupid thing they just did, like where they obviously someone's gonna be coming after them. Yeah, like and identifying themselves.
Yeah, like why were they doing that? That's what I was thinking.
They're just so like they're so fucking dumb. These kids, like these dudes, like they're just like obvious. Like they're not taking anything seriously, But like it's very serious. Like they're gonna come and fucking kill you.
Yeah, that's the part I didn't get. Like why would they do this like crime and then advertise it like in a music video? Yeah,
because they're just so like they're way overconfident. They're way overconfident because like the coach taught him how to bang, like I don't know. I thought it was good. I don't know.
The jungle.
It's a really fun. It's like a really fun movie, but like there's not like a deeper message that's like very like clearly communicated. It's not like, oh, these guys were dealing drugs and like now they're not. It's like, oh yeah, they're dealing drugs. People like there's a guy that gets pulled in. He's like, yeah, I don't like this. or whatever. Oh, and I liked
nothing happens to the character. The movie starts and ends
like,
at the exact same place for all our like heroes.
Yeah, the villains go through some shit though. Like the guy who runs the tabloid.
Yeah, that was gross. Where they had him fuck the pig.
They had him fuck
What is
it
with British people and fucking pigs?
I don't know, but apparently
it's like a thing over there.
I love the line. He was like, "Yeah, whatever we gave you last night, mate, it really like loosened you up."
That's not funny though. That's like they're like torturing an animal. They're like making like
the pig.
The pig, yeah, poor animal got fucked. Like that's
what?
Yuck, dude.
A pig's pussy is huge.
Was it a male or a female pig?
It was a female pig.
How do you know? Did they say?
It had udders.
It had udders.
You could see it.
Oh, I wasn't really looking at the. I wasn't checking the pig
out. They weren't like torturing a pig.
I think that's animal abuse.
Fucking
a pig,
bro. Killing animals and eating them is animal abuse.
That's just necessary. for yummy taste.
No, it's not. yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, like killing animals and eating them is animal abuse. Like fucking a pig is not animal abuse.
Interesting psychology you have.
Isn't it like
fucking a pig is not? You're gonna go on record with that.
So killing it versus fucking it.
They're both animal abuse.
They're both animal abuse. One is more acceptable.
One is definitely more acceptable.
Which one?
Definitely eating it.
Killing killing it
in
which is
yeah.
Why does it have to do with if you ingest it? And not all pigs.
If you were killing the pig just to kill it, that would be fucked up.
But here's the thing. Not all pigs that are killed end up getting eaten, because like what if someone if the meat just will go bad. So what do you mean? So you're just talking about it being killed. So it being killed versus it being fucked. You're putting them on the same.
Fucking a pig is definitely worse than killing it, for sure.
So fucking you would be worse than killing.
I'm a human being. I'm not a pig.
You're right. You're right. You have the capacity to experience the fucking afterwards. Like a pig, it's like, oh, I got
this poor pig, man. It's probably gonna be killed right after.
You're crazy, bro.
It's like a double whammy.
You got some, yeah. No. You're right.
You're the crazy one. You're the one who just said that fucking a pig is not morally wrong.
Compared to killing it. Compared to killing it.
So you think killing a pig is worse?
Yes, 100%.
Morally.
100%.
Than fucking it. That's ooh.
Now. What should anybody do either?
Should I get you a Fletcher jacket and some grease for your hair?
You really think it's more morally correct to kill a pig, regardless of it being eaten, because you don't know if it will. Really?
What?
Its life is over.
Would I rather eat a pig or fuck it, or what are you trying to say? Like which one's more morally sound?
Which one is less of an abuse to the pig?
Which one is a less of an abuse?
Yeah, or which one's more of an abuse? Keep in mind, you're killing it. You're causing it, a massive amount of pain.
I mean, I wouldn't put it through. I would hopefully take it out quick.
Take it out quick?
Yeah, like done.
Okay, compared to the pig.
How do they kill pigs in factory farms? Like, is it a bolt to the head, or
I don't know.
How do they do it?
Or maybe they're. I don't know.
I know they kill
their necks
cows.
Their necks are cut or something.
They bleed them. Like they.
I really don't know specifically.
Hopefully it's quick.
So you're saying that it's better for a pig. It's better for the pig to be fucked or to be killed than fucked. I'm talking about the pig. I'm not talking about.
I'm just saying from a moral sense. I'm not really talking about from the pig's perspective.
I'm talking about from the pig's perspective.
Okay, well, it's a pig, so I'm not too worried about the pig's perspective.
Well, then what? Oh, so it does. Yeah, so it doesn't matter if it gets killed.
I don't think you should fuck pigs. I think that's wrong.
But you do think you should kill them?
Yes. You don't have to. I don't think you should, but I think you could.
More so, you think that they should be killed than they should be fucked.
Yes,
and left to do live.
It's just so gross how British people are obsessed with fucking pigs. It's like a thing over there.
What is this thing?
Because what's that show Black Mirror? You guys remember that show Black Mirror?
Okay.
There's I think it's like the first episode where they have the prime minister fuck a pig on camera to save the queen's or to save the princess's life. Remember that?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take your word for it.
Did you watch that show?
No.
You've never seen Black Mirror?
I don't like Black Mirror. I've watched it. I don't like it.
So you didn't watch the first episode?
I didn't watch the first episode. I have watched episodes.
Okay.
Of it.
Well,
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's a pretty iconic episode.
Yeah.
It's not a bad episode. That's a show that's not fun at all. That show is like the opposite of fun. It's like soul draining. But yeah, it's weird to have a fun movie like The Gentleman, and then there's like a pig rape scene or a pig implied.
There's not a scene of rape,
and then it's kind of played as like a goof. It's kind of played as like a funny moment, and it's just like a funny beat, and I'm just like, ugh. It's like gives me like a sour like taste in my mouth.
A sour taste.
Yeah.
But if they had a pig slaughtering scene,
well, that wouldn't be funny either.
But would you still have the same taste? Probably not.
If they had a scene where a pig is being killed, I wouldn't really think much of it. I'd just
right. It's interesting. It's very it's curious.
It's not that curious.
Yeah, it is, because on one hand, there's a murder.
Killing a pig is not murder, Mason.
It is murdering the pig.
It's not murder. Is
what?
It's killing a pig. Yeah, you're killing.
It's murder. It's the murder of a pig.
Murder means it's illegal. Murder, the legal.
What?
The definition of murder is the legality of it.
What?
The definition of murder is the legality. Hey Siri, define murder. Hey Siri, define murder.
Here are matches from
No, god damn it. Siri never worked. They need to get on this shit, dude. Well, we got ChatGPT, but Siri can't even define murder for us in one moment. Here, we'll look up murder real quick.
The unlawful premeditated
unlawful,
killing.
Right. It's about the legality of it. Killing is the actual term you would use for a pig.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. That
it's not that interesting.
It is. Yeah, it is. It's very interesting.
I'm gonna get you a really slick leather jacket, and well, I guess maybe not a leather jacket because you don't want to kill a cow, but right. I'm gonna get you a pleather jacket, and I'm gonna get you just a bunch of.
But it's only
hair grease.
So if society permits it, it's not murder.
Basically, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
definition.
That is the dumbest shit ever.
Well, that's the definition of the word. It is.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just the definition of the word.
Yes. Yeah, I'm interested in that.
There's nothing to be interested in. That's just how it is.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's how it's defined in at least the top thing on Google. More to come. More to come.
So yeah, that was a really gross scene. Didn't like that at all. And I mean, that would be a good way to get someone to do what you want, though. I mean, I give them points for creativity, I guess. Because yeah, I mean, you're definitely not running any story about Mickey after you have a video of that online. Or
no, yeah,
potentially online. Yeah, but yeah, I guess like yeah, after that, yeah, we were talking about like what happens to all the bad guys. Yeah, all the Chinese people are killed. They're wiped out. And then yeah, the Mossad crabs are killed, and then Jeremy Strong's character is told to give a pound of flesh. And it's like, I was wondering, like, I was gonna ask you, like, where would you cut off a pound of flesh if you had to cut off a pound of flesh to survive? Would you do it? And if you would, where would you take it from?
Yeah, here it's also said murder can be defined as to slaughter mercilessly. Bombs murdered innocent civilians. So it's not just if it's legal or not legal.
No, it is.
No, it's not.
Look it up.
I am looking it up. I'm looking at it right now.
The unlawful premeditated killing of one human.
I'm looking at the dictionary.
Kill someone unlawfully with premeditation.
To kill unlawfully
Wikipedia.
and unjustifiably with premeditated malice.
Murder is the unlawful killing of another human.
2, to slaughter mercilessly.
This one actually says another human, so it doesn't even apply to animals.
I'm just reading the Merriam-Webster dictionary right now, and it says the second after the unlawful part is.
That's the second one, though.
That it's still. So what do you mean?
You're just picking and choosing.
What do you mean picking and choosing? It's one, or it could be the other. That's how words.
The first one, though.
But that's what. Why are you locking it into the first one?
Why are you locking into the second one?
It could be one, or it could be the other. It aligns
with your point better.
It could be one, or it could be the other.
Just take the L.
No, the word is used in multiple different ways. That's like to say, like, it's also To put an end to, destroy.
Just take the L, Mason.
It's not an L though.
Just
Like,
take
what do you
it.
mean?
Come on.
No, you're wrong.
I'm not wrong,
Yes,
bro.
you are. That is a definition. There's other definitions do not have to do with the law of it.
Murder in criminal law, the killing of one person.
Criminal law.
The killing of one person.
We're not talking about criminal law.
By another that is not legally justified or
We're not
excusable.
talking about criminal law.
So whenever a soldier kills someone on a battlefield, that's murder?
It could be described as such.
It could be, but it could also not.
Okay.
It depends on the legality of the situation.
Bro, to slay,
So
to slaughter mercilessly.
What is the difference between killing and murder then? If they're interchangeable?
They are interchangeable.
They're not.
Why are you saying that?
Because that's why they're two separate words. That's why the necessity of two separate words was needed.
The necessity of two separate words?
So what would you call the
necessity of two separate words? Because there's nothing in the English language.
What would you call a killing that is illegal?
Because there's nothing in the English language that is described by two separate words. That
there definitely can be, but in this instance,
so there can be, but in this instance, you think that it just doesn't make sense.
So what would you call a killing that is illegal?
You could call it an unlawful killing,
but with one word.
Here's how I would describe it: is an unlawful murder, an unlawful killing.
Unlawful murder is an oxymoron.
Not if you're not sure, but not, or if you're looking at it in terms of the second definition.
You're not though. No one does.
What? People do.
No, maybe you.
What? Why is it here if no one does?
Let me see.
Why does it exist if it's not the case?
To kill a person unlawfully and
right.
unjustifiably with premeditated malice.
One.
Sometimes used figuratively. To slaughter mercilessly, to slay. Bombs murdered innocent civilians. To put an end to, destroy. To tease, to torment.
Like it has all these definitions.
It has
like
several definitions, but the main one
to
kill a person unlawfully.
It's the main one because
just take the L, Mason.
Look,
just
dude,
take it, bro.
I'm not taking shit.
All right, you don't have to take it if you don't want to.
Like you can't just say like this is the only way. Like it's also described as something very difficult or dangerous. A flock of crows. Like
right.
A flock of crows is the third one, but if you're talking about a flock of crows, that's the right one to use.
Sure.
Like, so why is it?
So, but the right one to use in the case of killing a pig would not be murder.
To slaughter mercilessly, I would say that because you slaughter animals.
It's not.
Animals are slaughtered.
It's not murder if you kill a pig.
Animals are slaughtered.
They are slaughtered. If
if they're slaughtered mercilessly, it could be also used in. You could also use the word murder.
You could if you're like a vegan, I guess, or if you're like someone who like is an animal rights activist.
Animal rights activist.
If you feel like murdering can be applied to animals, then I guess it could be. But I think the general consensus, the popular opinion would be
unless you read the definitions and use the words in ways that they're intended to be used, not necessarily the first definition. Right. Okay. Yeah. It all makes sense.
And then I was gonna say would you take out a pound of flesh if someone forced you to, or would you just be like, fuck it, just kill me?
I mean, I'd rather live probably.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'd probably rather live.
It'd be kind of sick though if you're like, nah, just whatever.
Well, and the thing is, you don't have to just take it yourself. Like Bunny will take it for you.
He will?
Yeah, he sent him in there with Bunny. He said if Bunny will help you. He's good with a knife.
Oh, good. Yeah, it would suck to do it yourself.
Yeah, no, yeah, he can.
Oh, okay.
He can, but I think Bunny will pick though.
Oh, Bunny will pick. So
I think it's Bunny's pick.
What's he gonna do?
I don't know. Yeah, we don't see that part.
Because you'd have to take off either a hand or a foot. I mean, what else would you take off?
Those are your options.
Right.
Those are two of your options. I
think
you're gonna lose more than 10 pounds.
Damn it! I wish I'd grown my hair out like to the floor.
He wants flesh though, so.
Flesh. You're right. I guess that one.
You can't
just work.
You can't just be.
So how much would like all your hair weigh if you grew it out? Like, probably not that much, but still, if you grew it out all the way, maybe
a pound really isn't that much.
Really? Pound of hair?
Oh. I mean, of hair. I mean, you would need a lot. You would need to have long hair, but no, a pound is really not that much. Like in terms of like.
You wouldn't want to overdo it.
I mean, you could probably. I wonder how many toes it would take to get to a pound. I mean, your entire foot, that's way more than you need.
You think so?
your entire foot is more than a pound.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
A pound is not.
Yeah, your whole foot if you're a man. Yeah.
A pound is not that much weight. Like in things that are dense.
Would you take your foot or your hand?
Probably foot.
Really?
They can give you, you know.
Yeah, they can give you a fake foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not going to be as good, but
it's not gonna be as good.
It's going to be way harder to get a fake
way
hand.
harder to work with one hand.
Yeah, way harder to get a fake hand. That,
yeah, I
like,
guess you take your foot. That sucks,
good.
man.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Guy was too cocky.
Shouldn't have been fucking around.
Shouldn't have been fucking around.
He
with
thought
that
he thought his Mossad crabs were going to protect him.
Yeah, what the fuck were they doing?
Oh, they were dead.
I know, but like, why did they get killed so easily? Why weren't they?
I mean, it was a whole that
they weren't really. They weren't really looking.
They were
out
on
for
Mickey's turf.
Yeah, they were. Yeah,
they were on Mickey's turf.
They were on Mickey's turf. He should have brought more. I guess he really didn't think Mickey was onto him.
Yeah, I guess not.
What's Matthew McConaughey's name? His name's Mickey. What?
I can't remember his
I've
last
never
name.
met an American named Mickey. It sounds like such a British name. Like, it's kind of confusing because he's not British, but then his name is Mickey.
Yeah, I think that's his nickname.
Oh, okay. No, I guess that
Yeah.
makes sense.
I'm pretty sure he's got like a full name. Let's see.
Yeah, I give the movie like 5 out of 10.
Michael Pearson.
Ah, okay. That sounds more like an American.
Yeah. Wait,
Give it
was Giancarlo?
Nah, you know what? I'll give it a 4 out of 10. I'm never going to watch it again. My favorite Guy Ritchie movie is probably the Sherlock Holmes, the first one. But I think that's mostly because of Robert Downey Jr.
The performance.
And Hans Zimmer. But I like the cinematography in that movie a lot. I was going to say, not Jeremy Strong. The other Strong. The villain in that movie. What's his name? Something Strong. Damn. The villain in Sherlock Holmes. His last name is Strong. I can't remember his first name right now. But he's really good in it.
Any
too.
relation to Jeremy?
No, they're not related.
Popular name.
Maybe we should do the Sherlock Holmes movies on here. I was
Another
thinking
Guy
next
Ritchie movie.
Yeah, another Guy Ritchie.
He's a hack though.
I know, but those are his best movies though. Maybe I haven't seen all his filmography. Maybe Rock and Roll is good. Maybe Snatch is good. But definitely not The Gentleman. You can skip this one for sure, guys, if you haven't seen it. Thomas
Strong.
Barry, I'm sorry, man. I know you really wanted us to watch it.
Mark Strong,
but you got what you wanted. Mark
is that
Strong.
guy's name.
Right.
Yeah.
Mark Strong. Yeah.
I wouldn't skip it if you want to watch a fun movie. Like, it's fun.
It's not fun.
Don't let Forrest's dislike for the English culture and vernacular
See, the thing is, I liked it before this movie. So don't watch it. You're going to be put off. You potentially may be put off to all British people by watching this film.
It's unlikely. It's unlikely. unless you've got whatever Forrest has.
Unless you've got retardation syndrome. What should we watch next?
I don't know. We'll have to figure it out.
Should we watch Lord of the Rings? Dun dun.
No.
Dun 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 dun. Should we watch Les Mis?
Those movies are definitely not fun.
I'm just gonna close my eyes and whatever tune comes to me, that's the movie we're gonna watch.
Oh no.
I know.
No, didn't we have something?
I know that she'll be
was
true.
it Man of Steel?
I don't want to watch Man of Steel.
What else do we?
No way.
We talked about something else.
Let's watch Lord of the Rings. Come on, the Peter Jackson, the extendos.
No.
That'll eat up like a year of our time.
I'm not gonna.
We'll break each one into like 17 different parts.
I can't do it.
Why not? You love those movies. You're a Lord of the Rings mega fan.
I really like Lord of the Rings. I'm not a huge fan of the movies.
Yes, you are. Shut up.
No.
Don't, Mason.
How
many times did we watch those movies together growing up? Bullshit, bro.
A few.
Don't fuck with me.
Wait, what do you mean growing up?
Don't fuck with me.
Bro, you watched them for the first time in fucking 2012.
And you made me watch them.
In 2012, we
Growing
watched the
up.
extended cuts. You were also working at the same time. I remember distinctly.
I had seen them before that.
You had not.
Yeah, I had.
That is fucking bait.
And then I've since watched them many times.
No, they're good. They're good. I'm not like a huge fan. I'm not like a huge fan like of them. Like,
well, it'd be good material to talk about. We can talk about all the issues we have. Jackson, what were you thinking?
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. I don't know.
That's definitely a contender. I want to do another series of movies. I think that'd be fun.
Oh,
I don't like these like pissant little one-offs that we've been doing,
Ooh.
like Sneakers and The Gentleman.
Forrest doesn't like movies that aren't in. Yeah.
We should do trilogies only until we run out.
Oh.
Do all the Back to the Futures.
Yeah. Well, we haven't watched the new.
We'll do all the Matrixes.
We haven't watched the new. The Matrix is actually not a trilogy anymore.
Oh my God.
There's 4.
You're so right. Well,
yeah, I was gonna say
don't have to
the
watch
Hunger
the last
Games
one.
trilogy, but that's also not a trilogy. We could watch the new Hunger Games
It
movie.
doesn't have to be a
and then
trilogy.
we could watch the new Hunger Games movie and then the other 3 Hunger Games movies.
No, I don't want to watch the new one.
I don't want to watch it either. But
The Ballad of Songbirds
it.
and Bait.
We'll figure it out.
Whatever movie we watch, it has to work well with like our bait titling system. So like the Bait Man Begins, Bait Night Returns, or whatever we call it.
Not every movie has the and the.
That's what I'm
thing
saying. That's
and
why
the
we have
man.
to choose movies that work well. Lord of the Bait, easy. Like Lord of the Bait, The Two Towers.
Yeah, we'll see.
I
I really don't want to watch those, but it might end up that's the only option.
The Matrix, yeah, like what we're gonna call it, the Bait,
the Matrix, the Batrix,
the Batrix. Oh yeah, good,
Duh.
nice, the Batrix.
So.
Duh.
Yeah. Bait really can go anywhere.
You think that, but it's difficult. Like, what are we gonna call this one? The Gentleman, the Baitleman,
The Gentle Bait.
the Gentle Bait. That's stupid. See,
Come up with something better.
We're at no. That's it. There's no other better option.
Well, if it's
limited.
not so stupid. If it's that's the only one you can do.
Wait, what did you say? What did you say?
The Gentle Bait.
The Gentle Bait.
Yeah.
That sounds like some gay porno or something.
Well,
it's not good.
Well.
Apt.
No, yeah, I'd recommend The Gentleman if you want to watch like a fun movie. It's not that long, especially if you like English vernacular. That like makes it a movie that's like not just tolerable but like fun to watch.
I would recommend watching the scene in The Wolf of Wall Street with Matthew McConaughey.
Forrest would recommend watching any Quentin Tarantino movie other than watching
Yes.
any movie that you are thinking about watching, actually.
If you want your little Matthew McConaughey fix, he's probably in The Wolf of Wall Street about as much as he's in this movie. Like, he probably has less lines in this movie than he does in The Wolf of Wall Street. If we're just going by, like, word count. And way more iconic in Wolf of Wall Street as well. So check that out, guys.
Wolf of Wall Street is definitely a better movie.
Fuck yeah.
That movie's fun. That movie's pretty fun. It's not like there's not like a serious like subtext. It's just like one man's folly.
It's a condemnation of his behavior.
It's like the folly of a man. You know,
Yeah.
there's not like some like really serious like subtext like setting of like slavery or the Nazi regime.
Just rampant capitalism.
That movie's funny. Yeah,
Just
nothing
pure unadulterated.
and there's nothing more funny
greed
than
and,
rampant capitalism. Well,
yeah.
it's rampant capitalism, but he gets it's a takedown.
Yeah, it's a takedown. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That movie's fun.